Have you ever looked at a celebrity transformation and been completely amazed by how much a person can change over time? Some transgender celebrities have shared deeply personal journeys that not only transformed their appearance, but also changed the way the world understands identity, confidence, and self-expression. Behind the headlines and glamorous red carpet moments are emotional stories of courage, struggle, and reinvention that many people never fully hear about. Today, we're exploring 10 transgender celebrities before and after 2026, revealing their incredible transformations and the life-changing journeys behind them. And now we want to hear from you. Tell us how famous your favorite star was before and after their transformation, and which celebrity inspired or surprised you the most. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Nikkie de Jager, widely known as Nikkie Tutorials, became one of the most influential beauty creators of the digital era through her remarkable makeup artistry, confidence, and engaging personality. Born in the Netherlands, she began posting makeup tutorials online as a teenager, quickly gaining attention for her dramatic transformations, professional-level techniques, and natural comfort in front of the camera. Over time, her YouTube channel grew into a global brand, attracting millions of subscribers and leading to collaborations with major cosmetic companies and celebrities around the world. One of the most defining moments of her career came in 2020, when Nikkie publicly revealed that she was transgender. After facing threats from individuals attempting to expose her private life, she chose to take control of her own story by releasing a video titled, "I'm Coming Out." In the emotional but composed video, she explained that she had begun transitioning at a young age and wanted to speak openly on her own terms, rather than live in fear or silence. The response was overwhelmingly supportive. Millions of viewers watched the video within hours, and public figures, fellow creators, and fans praised her honesty and courage. Instead of damaging her career, the moment strengthened her connection with audiences around the world. Already successful before sharing her story, Nikkie's influence only grew afterward. Today, she represents far more than beauty and makeup. For many people, she has become a symbol of authenticity, resilience, and the strength that comes from embracing one's true identity in a world often driven by image and public perception. Gabbi Tuft, formerly known to wrestling fans as Tyler Rex, represents one of the most striking personal transformations in modern entertainment. During her years in WWE, she was recognized for a muscular physique, powerful in-ring presence, and a character built around traditional masculinity. To many fans watching professional wrestling in the late 2000s and early 2010s, few could have imagined the deeply personal journey that would later reshape her life so dramatically. In 2021, Gabbi publicly came out as transgender, sharing that her transition had been a private, emotional journey unfolding quietly for many years. The announcement quickly gained worldwide attention, partly because of her well-known wrestling background and the dramatic contrast between her public image before and after transitioning. Yet beyond the physical transformation, what resonated most with many people was her honesty and emotional vulnerability. Gabbi spoke openly about the internal struggles she faced, including fear of public reaction, anxiety about losing the identity that had defined much of her career, and the challenge of rebuilding her life in the public eye. Despite those fears, she ultimately chose authenticity over continuing to hide her true self. Today, Gabbi Tuft is known not only as a former wrestler, but also as a fitness coach, motivational speaker, and advocate for self-acceptance. Through social media and public appearances, she encourages others to live honestly and embrace who they truly are. Her story goes beyond physical change, serving as a reminder that real strength often comes from the courage to be oneself, even under intense public scrutiny. Jen Richards has become one of the most respected, yet often under-recognized voices, helping reshape transgender representation in Hollywood. As both an actress and writer, she played an important role in changing how transgender stories are portrayed on screen, pushing the industry toward more authentic and emotionally grounded storytelling. Rather than focusing only on acting, Richards also worked behind the scenes to ensure that transgender characters were written with dignity, complexity, and realism. She gained attention through acclaimed television projects such as Transparent, Mrs. Fletcher, and the Emmy-nominated series Her Story, which she co-created and wrote. Through these performances and creative contributions, Richards brought nuance and humanity to characters that had often been reduced to stereotypes in earlier decades of film and television. What sets Jen Richards apart is her belief that representation is about more than visibility alone. She has consistently argued that true inclusion requires accurate storytelling, emotional honesty, and allowing transgender individuals to help shape their own narratives. Her work has challenged outdated assumptions while encouraging Hollywood to embrace broader and more compassionate perspectives. Like many transgender artists, Richards faced significant barriers early in her career, including limited opportunities and industry resistance. Instead of waiting for change to happen, she became part of the movement driving that change forward. Through persistence, intelligence, and creative vision, she earned deep respect throughout the entertainment industry. Today, Jen Richards stands as a symbol of how storytelling can create empathy, shift cultural conversations, and help audiences better understand experiences different from their own. Isis King became a groundbreaking figure in both fashion and television when she appeared as the first openly transgender contestant on America's Next Top Model. At a time when transgender representation in mainstream media was still extremely limited, her presence on national television introduced millions of viewers to a perspective they had rarely seen before. For many people across America, especially younger viewers struggling with identity and acceptance, her appearance carried enormous cultural significance. What made Isis truly memorable was not only the historic nature of her participation, but also the grace and resilience she displayed throughout the competition. Competing in a high-pressure environment, she faced criticism, judgment, and the heavy burden of representing an entire community in front of a national audience. Despite those challenges, she carried herself with confidence, professionalism, and quiet determination, showing that beauty and strength exist in many different forms. Her story resonated deeply with audiences who had never before seen someone like themselves reflected on television. After her time on the show, Isis continued building a successful modeling and acting career, appearing in fashion campaigns, magazine shoots, and television projects that helped expand transgender visibility within the entertainment industry. Over time, her influence became larger than reality television alone. Isis King emerged as a symbol of courage, self-acceptance, and perseverance during a period of major cultural change in media representation. Through interviews and public appearances, she continued encouraging others to embrace their identity and pursue opportunities without fear. Her journey remains an important reminder that visibility and authenticity can inspire lasting social progress. Jaime Clayton has emerged as one of the most compelling transgender actresses working in Hollywood today. Before entering the entertainment spotlight, she worked as a makeup artist, developing a deep understanding of beauty, identity, and transformation, themes that would later shape many of her performances on screen. Her early experiences behind the scenes also gave her insight into the pressures and expectations often placed on appearance within the entertainment industry. Clayton gained widespread recognition through the Netflix series Sense8, where she portrayed Nomi Marks, a transgender hacker navigating love, identity, and danger while connected to a group of people around the world. The role became groundbreaking not simply because the character was transgender, but because the part was played authentically by a transgender actress. Her performance stood out for its emotional honesty and humanity, allowing audiences to connect with the character beyond labels or stereotypes. Like many performers from underrepresented communities, Clayton faced challenges breaking into mainstream Hollywood. She encountered limited opportunities and the pressure of being viewed as a representative for an entire community rather than simply an actress. Instead of allowing those obstacles to define her, she used her growing platform to advocate for broader inclusion and more meaningful representation in film and television. In 2022, Clayton took on one of her most discussed roles when she portrayed Pinhead in the Hellraiser reboot. While the casting initially sparked debate among longtime horror fans, many critics praised her performance for bringing a fresh and unsettling presence to the iconic character. Today, Jaime Clayton represents a broader shift in Hollywood toward more diverse storytelling and authentic representation. Theo Germaine has emerged as one of the most intriguing rising talents in Hollywood, recognized not only for strong acting performances, but also for helping broaden conversations around gender identity and representation. Identifying as non-binary, Germaine represents a newer generation of performers challenging traditional labels while bringing authenticity and emotional honesty to the screen. Their breakthrough came through the Netflix series The Politician, where they portrayed James Sullivan, a sharp and loyal political strategist. What made Germaine stand out to many viewers was a screen presence that felt both understated and quietly powerful. Rather than relying on dramatic performances or celebrity glamour, they connected with audiences through subtle emotion, sincerity, and calm confidence. Like many actors building careers outside conventional Hollywood expectations, Germaine spent years working through smaller roles and independent projects before gaining broader recognition. Their growing influence reflects a larger cultural shift as audiences become more open to diverse identities and stories that were once rarely represented in mainstream entertainment. Beyond acting, Theo Germaine has spoken thoughtfully about identity, self-expression, and the importance of creating space for people who exist outside traditional gender norms. In an industry historically shaped by rigid expectations, their presence represents meaningful progress toward inclusion and more authentic storytelling. Today, Theo Germaine symbolizes a different kind of celebrity, one defined less by spectacle and more by honesty, depth, and quiet impact. Their influence may not always be loud, but it continues helping reshape who gets represented on screen and how those stories are told in modern Hollywood. Hailie Sahar has become a powerful example of resilience, personal transformation, and authentic representation in modern Hollywood. She is best known for her role as Lulu Ferocity in the critically acclaimed television series Pose, a groundbreaking show that brought the underground ballroom culture of the 1980s and early 1990s into mainstream entertainment. Through her performance, Sahar helped give visibility and emotional depth to communities and stories that had long been overlooked in film and television. Before gaining recognition as an actress, Hailie faced many personal struggles. Like many transgender individuals, she experienced rejection, instability, and the difficult journey of finding acceptance in a society that often misunderstood gender identity. Despite these hardships, she remained determined to pursue her dreams, using acting not only as a career but also as a way to express truth, healing, and self-empowerment. What sets Hailie Sahar apart is not only her talent, but also her presence on screen. She brings elegance, quiet confidence, and emotional vulnerability to her performances, allowing audiences to connect with her characters on a deeply human level. Her success reflects a broader cultural shift within Hollywood, where more authentic and diverse voices are finally being given opportunities to tell their own stories. Beyond acting, Sahar has become an advocate for self-love, confidence, and authenticity. Through interviews and public appearances, she encourages others to embrace who they are despite societal expectations. For many viewers, her journey represents hope, progress, and the enduring strength that comes from living honestly and unapologetically. The stories of these individuals remind us that true transformation is about far more than appearance alone. Each of them faced personal struggles, public judgment, and the pressure of living authentically in front of millions of people. Some broke barriers quietly behind the scenes, while others became highly visible symbols of courage and self-expression. Together, their journeys reflect how society and entertainment have gradually evolved toward greater understanding and inclusion. More importantly, they show that identity is deeply personal and that real strength often comes from honesty, resilience, and self-acceptance. Regardless of background or life experience, every person deserves dignity, respect, and the freedom to live truthfully. These stories encourage us to look beyond assumptions and remember that compassion and understanding can create meaningful change, not only in Hollywood, but in everyday life as well. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you in the next one.